Hello, my name is Don and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about this entry-level Benchrest scope from Athlon Optics, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're talking about the Athlon ARGOS 10-40x56. Now this is kind of entry-level Benchrest scope, but I tell you, I tried to find some scopes that were similar to it, and I was able to find a few, but nothing that was a 10-40 that was a considerable amount of money. Now this one runs in the neighborhood of 420 bucks right now. A lot of the comparable scopes were anywhere from $100 to $200, so they were cheaper model scopes. Now guys, Athlon makes good equipment and this scope is no different. They give you the best glass they can for the class of the scope that you're looking at. They put good coatings on the lenses. I have found the glass on the scope to be quite good for the money that they're asking for it. So we're using this scope mate, and I'm not a big fan of this camera, but on second focal plane scopes, it actually does a pretty decent job. The only thing that you're going to notice is the frame rate is really jumpy on this, so please don't hold that against the scope. This scope, the image that you're seeing through here and what you're going to see through the scope, totally different. You're getting a lot better image through your actual eye looking through the scope. This me using this camera is just to give you an idea on what the glass kind of looks like, what the reticle looks like, and what it's like to shoot with this scope. Now in today's video, we're gonna be going over a list of things that I thought were important on a scope. As we're talking about this stuff, if I have B-roll footage, I'll try and roll in some B-roll footage at the same time. So the first thing is eye relief and eye box. The eye relief is a little low on this at around 3 inches. So you know that's gonna kind of translate into a tighter eye box as well. Although I don't feel the eye box is too tight or not usable. I find it satisfactory. Could it be better? Yes. Now for quality of the glass, I think the quality of the glass for the price point is really good. I'm going to roll in some B-roll that I took over the field here at some extreme long distances, and as you can see, we've got some very good glass. The edge-to-edge clarity is really good, and the image doesn't fall apart as you're changing the magnification. Now a lot of times you'll notice that on some scopes where you crank the magnification, the image kind of falls apart until you settle on whatever magnification you settle on. Then the image kind of comes back together. This doesn't do that. This has the image holds together as you're changing the magnification. Now the other thing that I consider really important is how clear is the glass? Is it milky at all? There's no milky finish. I've noticed on some less expensive scopes that you'll see like almost kind of looks like a little bit of a haze. This doesn't have that. This has a good, nice, clear image. Now the fit and finish I find very good. I've actually taken the scope off and used a few different mounts with it, and it didn't mar up the finish at all. So it does have a good, tough finish on it, and quality feel. Now this does have a zero stop on it. I've got mine set to be about 1 mil back from zero. I like to have about 1 mil of playing room there, just in case I'm using different velocity ammunition. I would show you how to reset this zero stop, but it's so simple, even a caveman can do it. But listen to these turrets. Very easy. They stay put too, and it's not real easy to accidentally go past it. I mean, they're very once it locks in, it stays in that position. So pretty impressed with these turrets. Now these were replaced from the Gen 2 model. These are totally different, and I'm glad they did it. They're very impressive. The other thing they did was they put a throw lever on it. Now the parallax goes down to under 10 yards. The diopter moves super smooth, and there's absolutely no movement side to side or otherwise. Now convenience. So when you open up the box, what does it come with? Do you have to buy scope caps? Do you have to buy a throw lever? Do you have to buy rings? What all does this scope come with? Now On the old scopes, Athlon did not include scope caps, throw levers, or anything, so you had to, you know, shell out more money to buy those things. Now they did include scope caps and a throw lever on this. No mount, so no rings, nothing like that. But at least you don't have to buy a throw lever or the scope caps. Now, I did find the scope caps to be kind of lacking in quality. As a matter of fact, I broke the objective lens one. I just kind of tapped it down a little bit when it was cold and it snapped. So the quality of the scope caps are not that great, but at least it comes with some. Now, as far as precision, this has 1/8 MOA clicks. So each click is an 1/8 of an MOA. Now that's quite precise, and that's what you need for a Benchrest scope. And guys, the clicks on this thing are, I mean, it's very good. Now I also found the scope returns to 0 very well. You can make all kinds of adjustments, bring it back to 0, and it zeroes. It works like it's supposed to. Now low light performance, it was pretty good unless you were cranked all the way up to 40 power. Now this scope the image does darken up when you get it up to max magnification, but it seems like you really have to be up around 38 to 40 power before that image really starts to darken up. But during the day, even on maximum, so if you're, you know, shooting a Benchrest match and you want to crank it all the way up to 40 power, the image is still very usable. It's not that dark, but it does get a little darker, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Now, this next thing I want to talk about is really important to me, because I've actually been finding a few scopes lately that don't do this correctly. It's getting the parallax set up. Either I'll have a very crisp image and my reticle will be a little bit fuzzy, or vice versa, where I'll have a really good reticle and I'll have a little bit fuzzy parallax, so I couldn't quite focus it down good enough. This does not have that problem. I was able to focus the reticle and the image very well. So the parallax works like it's supposed to. Now guys, as far as price to performance, I find that Athlon prices their Argos very aggressively. I think you get a lot for your money, and especially in a second focal plane Benchrest scope. Like Arkin doesn't make a second focal plane Benchrest scope. So I find that I would compare this kind of to an Arkin. The way the turrets feel, the way the glass looks, everything is very similar, and at its price point, that doesn't surprise me. I think this is a lot of scope for the money. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to take some shots with it. We're here at 50 yards. I have an ARA target, or actually a copy of an ARA target set up here at 50 yards. Now I've got the Tikka T1X kind of decked out as my Benchrest rifle. Now we're using the LJW BAGRIDER up front here, MDT Pro Elite grip, and this is the PDC Customs chassis. The rest of this is factory. It's a factory trigger, but I do have a YODAVE trigger spring in here, factory action, factory barrel, and we do have an EC tuner on this as well. I figured, you know, if I wanted to be able to tune the ammunition, I should have a tuner on it. Now, this is a super accurate factory rifle. I'm very impressed with this Tikka. I always have been. And ever since I put it in this PDC Customs chassis, I haven't had the ejection problems I was having with it in the stock chassis for some reason. I haven't had any ejection problems at all with it. So I'm very happy with the Tikka T1X the way I have it set up. I just figured, you know, this is a super accurate rifle. Let's see how it does as a Benchrest gun. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take some shots. We're using some Lapua OSP pistol. Now this has been a phenomenal 50-yard ammunition for me. So now guys, I have the ocular lens covered up here with black tape, and that's because the scope mate allows so much light in here, it really distorts the image when you're trying to record. Now we don't have that problem when I cover this up, so I've covered it up, and we're going to shoot actually through this little screen on the camera here. Now we are on 12 power. Let's crank it out to 10. Now you're going to notice some really jumpy video, guys, so don't hold that against me. This is the scope mate camera. You know, this would actually be a decent camera if they could iron out a couple of the bugs that this thing has. Okay, so we're on 10 power right now. Let's just show you what this looks like as we crank it up. So that's 12 power. That's 14. That's 16. That's 20 power. That's 24 power. That's 28. 32. What does my parallax look like? Let's see if I can adjust that parallax a little bit. So that's 36 power. Let's shoot it on 36 power. What the hell? Now, it doesn't get much more free recoil than this. It's kind of cheating, actually. All right, let's see what we get. I don't know if this thing is zeroed at the moment. I hope it is. Trigger's a little heavy for free recoil, but it works. Now, that was a cold bore, so I don't know if we're... Wow. This thing is a hammer, guys. Just keeps putting them in the same hole. Again, boom. It just drills them. I cannot believe how accurate this little rifle is. I mean, 5 in one hole, guys. That's phenomenal. All right, let's go to the next one. With the lag on this the scope or this camera being so bad, I know it's kind of hard to see those impacts, but I'm telling you, this thing absolutely hammers. Here we go. That one was off a little bit. It's hard to do with this jumpy ass camera. Yep. Pretty close. One more. I mean, if you guys don't have a Tikka T1X, I highly recommend them. You know, this thing, I boroscoped this thing the other day, and the inside of the barrel looks like it, you know, like a Lilja or a high dollar barrel that's been lapped and the whole 9 yards. I've never really seen that in a factory barrel, something having that good of a looking bore, and well, it shoots like it. Now, as far as that tuner, guys, I just screwed it on. I never adjusted it. I mean, and it's shooting like this, so I didn't really think I had to. This camera sucks. Sorry, guys. Let's shoot a 10 shotter here. Oh, getting a little wind. Yep, pushed it just a tad bit. I should have aimed a little to the left, but I didn't. Yeah, that wind's picking up. I'm gonna go just a touch to the left. All right, there we go, 15 shots. I'll put what that measured up down below. But yeah, guys, the scope does what it's supposed to do. Actually, let's jump out to 100 right now, and we'll see what this thing can do at 100. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, it's raining now. That's what the target looks like on 40 power at 100 yards. I do want to try and shoot at least one group. I mean, it's just sprinkling, but it's kind of crappy. We got a little bit of a right to left wind. It's not very nice out here, and my hands are freezing. I think it's in the it's about 36 degrees out right now, and this is not fun. But I do want to try and shoot a 100-yard group. Let's see. Area where. Let's try that. Alright, that should be pretty close. Let's see if we can shoot a group real quick before it rains on me too much. It's really coming down now. Pretty close. We had a cold bore. I'm just going to rip them off real quick here because I'm getting soaked. Can't even really see the screen anymore, it's getting damp. Alright guys, I'm going to have to call this a day. It's really starting to rain pretty good now. I'm going to have to go in and wipe down my my rifle. I like the scope. It does everything that it should do. It's got decent glass. The turrets are great. It comes with a little bit more than they used to. I really don't think you could go too wrong by taking a look at this scope. So, all right, guys. Well, that's pretty much all I got for you today. So if you like what you saw, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing here, go down there and hit that subscribe button. I can't build this channel without you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.